to Field Trip Friday. My name is Ranger Christy Fleming, and today we're at the Ewing Snell Ranch. The Ewing Snell Ranch is named after Erastus Ewing, who was the first person here, and after the Snell family, who was the family that stayed here the longest. Erastus came here in 1896. He originally came to the Bighorn Mountains looking for gold. There was an area up there that was called Bald Mountain City, and he went up there to look for gold. At one point he looked down here and he thought, you know, there's got to be gold down there along the canyon because all of the tributaries flow into the canyon. I'm going to go check that out. So him and 3 of his partners came down to this area. They established a house over in this area over here. And they started prospecting for gold. They never found anything here, and so Erastus and his family decided to stay. They created a post office in the main house and ran the post office here at this location. In the early 1900s, when Erastus died, his son took over, and then the property started to change hands. Huff was one of the second people who had the ranch. So this creek that runs right through here is called Huff Creek by some people. Today we call it Layout Creek. Upper Layout and Lower Layout trails all start from here and follow the creeks. One goes up into the canyon up there. One goes down to the main canyon over there. Huff ended up having the property go back to the Ewing family. And then again it traded hands a couple times until in 1920 it came to the Snell family. The Snell family, basically it was a ranching property for the Snell family. They had over 100 cows, they had chickens, they had different kinds of fowl like turkeys. They did say that the mountain lions and the coyotes were pretty rough on their livestock, but we're standing right here next to the barn. This is the barn that they used at that time. Over the time, all of the ranch buildings start to kind of disintegrate, and so we have a really great resource crew that actually comes in and starts to rehabilitate the buildings. So if you look closely, you'll see this chinking material. You might also see pieces of straw that are hanging out of the roof rafters here. When they redo these buildings, they take all of the dirt off of the buildings. They sift through it like an archaeologist looking for anything. They put that dirt to the side. Then they take off the beams and they replace the ones that need to be replaced. They then put down what we call mirror drain that basically helps the water to flow off of the roof and away from the logs. And then they replace that dirt and then they reseed it. It's hard to see from here, but this is a sod roof and it has plants growing on it. In the spring it turns nice and green. But this was the barn for the Snell family. Across the creek you can see the schoolhouse. Originally that was a shop building. The Snell family had 4 young boys. The older 2 boys went to school further up towards the Dry Head when they were younger, but in 1946 and 1947 Alma Snell decided that the younger boys could go to school here. There was only 4 kids that needed to go to school, and so she rode her horse all the way to Red Lodge, got permission from the superintendent of schools to turn that shop building into a schoolhouse. The deal was that they would supply the schoolhouse and they would have housing for the teacher as well. So all of you students, imagine what it would be like to wake up in the morning and have breakfast with your teacher, come to school, go to school all day, and then after school have to go home. Hopefully you were good in school all day, because if you weren't, that probably got found out at the dinner table. So probably wasn't the most fun for the two younger Snell kids. So from here, from the schoolhouse further up, you can't see it right now because the trees are in the way, but the main house is up there. Sadly, a couple years ago, the main house was destroyed by fire. After the Snells moved on, they sold the property to another family, and then that family sold the property to the Park Service in 1968. And since then, the Park Service has used it for, when the house was still here, we used it for a ranger station, we've used it for artists in residence, and we've also used it for different researchers that come here and do research on things like water quality, mountain lions, and bighorn sheep. If you were able to be here and walk around, you would also notice that there is an apple orchard that is surrounded by a fence. That apple orchard is not the original orchard. It has been replanted. Our local women's club actually did fundraising so that we could have an apple orchard that's historic, has the historic types of apples that are in it. At the time when the Snells and the Ewings and even Huff, when they lived here, it's quite a ways back to town. As driving today, it's about 20 miles. It doesn't take us long to get out here, but if you were coming out here in horse and buggy or by your horse, it would take almost all day to get out here. So you had to be pretty self-sufficient. So the apple orchard was important. They also had gardens, and as we discussed already, they had all of their livestock. On the other side of the barn, which it's hard to see because the wind is blowing. It's a little wintry out here. But on the other side of the barn, there's hay fields. Part of the thing with this area in the park is the water. As we already talked about, we have Layout Creek here, and the Snells created ponds and then irrigated the land over there, and basically had hay fields. And those hay fields, they say at one time a tractor could be hidden by how high the grasses were over there. So I hope that someday you guys will be able to come out and enjoy Bighorn Canyon and the Ewing Snell Ranch. If you have any questions about Ewing Snell or ranching in Bighorn Canyon, please leave a message in the comments. We will get back to you as soon as we can. We hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.